you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. That's a good, confident hello there, isn't it? I like hello better than goodbye because it's easier to get hello right, isn't it? There's not that much choice, is there? It's just hello or hi, whereas goodbye's harder because there's like bye, ta-ra, see you in a bit, cheerio. The other day, I was trying for cheerio, got confused with ta-ra and went cheerio. And more recently than that, I said to somebody, see you soon, panicked and added, if not before it. And then thought, hang on, there is no before soon. Soon is the next thing. Like, I really hope they don't scrutinise what I've just said. Unless I'd walked away and then thought that and just come straight back and said, please don't scrutinise. And then I'd gone, God, this is before I expected you. This is before soon. It's hard to be confident with hello and goodbye. Hard to be confident in life generally, isn't it? Sometimes, most of the time, I'm quite confident, but then every now and again, just your confidence vanishes when you weren't expecting it. See if you think this is weird. Years ago, I lost my confidence in Birmingham. Birmingham was not the problem. It doesn't sound that bad when I just say it, but genuinely, my confidence totally wobbled. I checked into a hotel room and it didn't have a bed in it. It doesn't sound that bad, does it? But it was genuinely disturbing because I remember to this day when I first opened the hotel room door being pleasantly surprised at how roomy the room was. And then I went to throw my bag on the bed and thought, hang on a second, there's something missing here. Normally there's a big cosy plinth for me to drop this on. And I had to go downstairs to reception and complain that my hotel room did not have a bed in it. I was not prepared for this moment in life. And I got the same receptionist that had checked me in, and I said to her, my hotel room hasn't got a bed in it. And she looked up and said, are you sure? Are you sure? To an adult that has just said his hotel room hasn't got a bed in it. And I said, I think so. Maybe there was a bed I didn't see, which sounds now like I was being sarcastic, but I wasn't. It was just when she said, are you sure? My confidence completely evaporated. And I thought, I'm not sure, I'm sure. I don't think I've checked properly. I bet I didn't check behind the door. And there's a king-size waterbed behind the door. This is obviously my fault. All of my life I've just been very lucky. I've checked into hotels that have had highly visible furniture. Sometimes you check into a hotel room expecting one bed and you get two, don't you? I was thinking maybe I've had too many twos. Perhaps now it's my turn for 0 beds. I never realised that it was a short straw system, but, you know, I can have no beds if it's my turn. Some of you probably want closure on this. Where was the bed? Don't know. But there's loads of moments in life that I'd like to be more confident in. I'd love to be better at remembering people's names. That would be a good skill. Wouldn't it be better if everybody in the world looked like I do now, with their name written behind them? Wouldn't that be nice? It'd make life a lot easier, because I'm bad at remembering people's names. I find it hard to concentrate. That moment when somebody says, hello, my name's Janet, is the exact moment when my mind just wanders off and thinks about everything except Janet's name. Sometimes I'll be thinking, bloody hell, you've got symmetrical ears. And sometimes it'll just be random shit. I caught myself once when somebody was introducing themselves to me, wondering what my favourite gas ring was in the kitchen. No, because it used to be back left. I used to love back left. But then we moved to a house that had a wok burner in the middle. And now we've moved to another house that's got 4 rings, and for some reason I've gone off back left and I love back right now. I mean, how you're supposed to take Janet in under circumstances like that, I've no idea. I'm genuinely better at remembering people's faces than names, but you don't get any points for that, do you? Like, if you remember somebody's name and you've only met them once, you go, oh, Michael. Michael goes, oh, I remembered. I didn't expect him to. But if you just walk up to somebody that you've only met once and you go, your nose is still where it used to be. Your ears are pretty wide. That's more creepy than positive, isn't it? But faces really stick in my mind. I walked past a woman in the street in Edinburgh years ago, and she had what I would describe as a squishy face. And when I say that, I mean her facial expressions were sort of squished up together like that. You know what I mean by a squishy face? And I know that that was her facial expression because the moment I passed her in the street, I found myself immediately attempting to recreate her facial expression. You ever done that, where you walk past someone and they've got such a vivid countenance, you think, I'm having a go at that? I'm not even sure she was fully out of my eye line. I think she might still have been about there, and I was already going, oh. I don't think I made the noise, because that would have given the game away, wouldn't it? Because that is the noise of trying to do a squishy face, isn't it? Oh. Should have heard it. Should have been on me. Hey, I heard that. Are you trying to do my face? No, I always look like this. I was just humming a little tune. Oh, I do like my face. Faces are weird. My face is fucking massive. A big face. There's people watching this on HD on really big tellies shitting themselves. Big face. Big. But a weirdly small nose for the size of the head. Ridiculous, isn't it? Look at that. Bordering on insignificant, my nose. And I know that because people tell me. People come up sometimes and they say, ooh, you've got a little button nose, haven't you? Which I think is a bit cheeky, if you don't know me, to come up and compare my small nose to a button. Cheeky, you wouldn't do the reverse to somebody with a big nose. Ooh, that's an industrial sewing machine for a conch you've got there, isn't it? Interesting thing about the human nose, I think, is... some people do so much cocaine, they completely destroy their septum. You know this little bar in the middle? They just destroy it by doing cocaine, and then they carry on living. Turns out we didn't need it anyway. Why have we even got one? It's the appendix of the face, as far as I'm concerned. I often think, if I was one of those people, I think I'd try and make the best of the situation just by using the hole to keep stuff in. Just turn your face into a little handy pocket, you know? Pound coin holder for parking meters. And I'm ready to park during peak hours. Or some snooker chalk. I don't play a lot of snooker, but I think I'd play more if I had some chalk in my nose, turned down, ready to play. You know? Alun Cochrane, foul and a miss. Yeah, I know. I'm a daydreamer. That's my job in life, is to just sit around thinking up stupid stuff. Seriously, I love just sitting around and wondering stuff. Nothing useful either, just stupid stuff. Like, when is it okay to eat bread with a fork? When is it okay to eat bread with a fork? That's a good question. The answer seems to be sometimes, but it's quite hard to nail it down any further than that. Because you just can't say cooked versus uncooked, because some people eat uncooked bread with a fork. Some people in gastropubs eat big burgers with cutlery. I refuse to trust people who do not trust themselves with a fucking sandwich. Pick it up and eat it! What do you do with soup? Get a funnel and a bib, you're an adult! But you can't say cooked versus uncooked, because some bread that's cooked you do eat with a fork, like beans on toast, egg on toast, but not toast. You can check this theory next time a friend makes you a slice of toast. Have you got any cutlery for this, John? Or next time someone makes you beans on toast, just reject the cutlery. Fine, it's only toast, isn't it? I've got a friend who's a very keen environmentalist, and the other day, while he was twatting on about it, I drifted off and caught myself for ages just wondering what's the worst thing I could possibly put into my recycling bin. Coal, or a puffin. I'm not a massive fan of the recycling. I'm almost embarrassed to admit it in front of young people, but genuinely, I think I preferred the days before recycling, when the amount of alcohol I consumed in my own home remained a well-kept secret. Those were the days, weren't they? Not now. Now there's just a plastic box cascading with empty bottles. Every neighbour walks past it. My next-door neighbour, Margaret's looking at me all judgy, like she thinks I've got a problem. I'm like that, we've had a party, Margaret. She's looking at me like you haven't had a party. You don't like people enough to have had a party in your own home. All right, I've been cooking with wine and Baileys and real ale that was on offer. I've done a lot of cocoa speckled hen this week and some corned beef au vin. Here's a good question that I was wondering for ages the other day. What took so long with the invention of suitcase wheels? It's a genuinely good question that some of the young people haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. You know, suitcases, we used to have to pick them up and fucking carry them. Even when they were heavy, we'd carry them about like that. Not now, not your generation. Now they've all got little wheels at the bottom. This is mind-blowing if you think about this for long enough. How long did the suitcase and the wheel exist entirely separately before some genius inventor thought we could pop those two together and save on a bit of back brake and probably make a few pounds in the process? That is a change that occurred in my lifetime. Did we really conquer space travel before we put the suitcase and the wheel together? This seems an absurd set of priorities for the human species. Surely we should have had the wheelie suitcase before we had a fully functioning spaceship. If nothing else, it could have helped them load up. Caught myself for ages the other day just wondering, am I a mum? I'm not. I'm technically a dad, but here's what happened. My wife went out for some drinks with some other mums, and I stayed in and had a really nice bath and a glass of wine. Yeah, I had a mum's night in. Brilliant night in it is as well, mums. I can totally see why it caught on amongst the mum community. It's much better than a dad's night out, talking to dicks about nothing. I really enjoyed it. Quite disconcerting as well. I got out the bath and just got the towel and twisted it around on the top of my head like that. Got up the next day and bought a little Citroen Zara Picasso. It was weird. I'm not a mum. A friend of mine told me that she had a very modern mum's moment the other day. She told me she went online and she bought herself a rampant rabbit sex toy, right? I think from a brand new shop. I don't think she got it cheap or used or anything like that. No, just give it a rinse, it'll be fine. There's been an economic downturn. People are making cuts on luxury items. Anyway, she told me it arrived, she took it out of the packaging, lifted it up, realised immediately that it needed batteries and was quite alarmed that her first thought was, which of my children's toys... Some of you are a little ahead of her on this, aren't you? Which of my children's toys am I going to remove the batteries from in order to put... I love this moment. I don't think it makes her a particularly bad mum or a particularly good one. I just love the potential mum. Mummy, why is the elephant not working? Because the rabbit is. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thanks very much. I'll see you soon, if not before it.